Shalom, 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 Israel. Brother Amos with the Watchmen for Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and honor and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, to the people, to the brothers, Salaki, who spreading this gospel to the four corners of the earth, making their body a living sacrifice, doing all they can for the hopeful elect and for the nation of Israel, laboring on the highways and byways, right, making their body a living sacrifice. I want to give you all strong shalom. To the sisters holding it down in the households, reverencing their husbands, being a teacher of good things to the younger women, and unto the children, I want to give you all strong shalom. And to the men and women forsaking this world and coming back to serving our God, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, I want to compel y'all to be at the Church of Berea, to search the scriptures daily and diligently to see if the words that be spoken you were true or not, right? Let the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai be true and every man a liar. Right, if it's not thus saith the Lord, coming from the Holy Bible, right, cast it behind you and seek and hearken to men who speak thus saith the words of the Lord, right? And that kind of goes into this lesson, right, that we're going to put out today concerning doctrine and what to do when you come across false doctrine, right? So false doctrine is nothing new. Right, false doctrine has been around thousands of years, right? It's been around thousands of years, seducing, misleading, right? Causing error and confusion, right? Letting everybody, get their faith and their understanding tried and put to the test, right? That's the purpose of false doctrine. That's a just balance with the Lord, right? You got the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai on the right hand, and you got the wisdom of this world, wickedness, lies, deceit, vanity, and falsehood on the left-hand side. So it's truly a testament and a test to see who's studying to show themselves approved or who's just around people by namesake, right? So this is This is 1 Timothy, right? So like I'm trying to click this thing. 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse number 3. If any man teach otherwise and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Yahweh Hamashiach, into the doctrine which is according to godliness, he is proud, knowing nothing, but doubting about questions and strifes of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, and evil summerings, right? So if anybody doesn't consent to the wholesome words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right, these are evil men. Only an evil man will buck up against his creator, doubting questions that causes confusion and strife, right? We've all seen and dealt with people of the world, right? People of this truth who have a different understanding, right? It's never in sincerity. It's never in meekness. It's mainly a proud spirit, right? It's a spirit to want to see how much understanding that you have, and do you really stand 10 toes down for what you've learned, right? Perverse, disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness, from such withdraw yourselves. So like these men are destitute of the truth. They're without understanding. They're without the light. They're the foolish virgins who did not come with the oil lamps filled with oil. And what are they doing? They're trying to make sure that your lamp is dripping. Your lamp is less than full, right? You're optimistic instead of pessimistic, right? So optimistic is, well, even if I don't have a full lamp as of now, it's halfway full, right? But the pessimistic mind will say, well, it's halfway empty, right? This is halfway empty. So you start to think about running out, losing, being without, right? And in this truth, you have to have faith. You have to have a pessimistic mind state or optimistic mind state. It's like being optimistic is going to always have you think in the positive aspect. And it's going to have you deter and get away from men who truly don't want to serve the Lord. Right? Men who call Yahweh Shai idol. Depart from men like that. Right? Don't give men like that the time of day. Right? Men that say the resurrection already happened when the Lord came back after the third day. Depart from men like that. Let's get that in 2 Timothy 2. Right? This 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse number, where I want to start. I'm going to start at 17. I'm going to start at 16. Right? 16. It says, but shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness. So you're supposed to shun profane. Get the hell away from men who just talk and just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Right? Trying to dispute the words of the Lord. And the word will eat as doeth a canker, of whom is Hymenaeus Aphilotus. Right? These words are going to eat as a canker. What's a canker? Something that just deters and it just wallows away. Right? Who concerning the truth had erred. Right? So these men who are speaking concerning the truth, they err, not understanding the scriptures, not understanding the power of the Lord, not understanding the precepts, not understanding, things that are written aforetime. Right? Because it was written aforetime about the Lord. It was written aforetime about what he would do. It was written aforetime how he's going to come and save his people. Saying that the resurrection is past already and overthrew the faith of some. So some men are only set forth to overthrow the faith of those who are in the truth. Right? And there's countless times I done seen brothers fall by the wayside because they got seduced by a doctrine. Fall by the wayside because they wasn't able to understand a question or break down a question. Right? So sometimes these men are only set forth to overthrow some's faith. And they don't know that. They don't know that their sole purpose of being on this earth is to overthrow the faith of some of these men. Right? To make some of these men and some of these women to commit lewdness, to deny Yahweh Shai, to deny the power of the Godhead. Right? These things are not new in this day and age. Right? As brothers who talk, we talk about the revolving of doctrine. Right? Doctrines revolve. They go away for 2 years, come back 3 years later. Right? Go away for 3, come back 4 years later. Right? If you've been in this truth long enough, you'll see that. Right? We've seen these things. We've seen these doctrines go 2, come back, leave, go forth. Right? They everywhere. It's lucky. I had a precept I was going to go to after that. 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse number 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers, having itching ears. Right? So this time is now. The time is now. They're hearkening and heaping and searching and going towards people who truly teach contrary because they want to have their spirit filled with what they feel it should be filled with. Now, am I saying that's wrong? Absolutely. Absolutely that's wrong. That's deplorable and despicable. That's no integrity. That's no honor. You're going to search and seek unto somebody who speaks what you feel is comfortable, right? Any way to grow, you have to step out your comfortability. You got to step out of the way that feels okay, that feels soothed, right? If you come to serve the Lord, you got to prepare your soul for temptation. Prepare your soul for things that are hard to understand, things that are hard to grasp, things that are hard to what's the word I'm looking for? Things that are hard to neglect, shall we say, right? So you have to be prepared and be ready to fight and be ready to get rid of all those things that are stopping you from growing in this truth. Because we're seedlings when we first come in. We're seedlings. And as seedlings, you got to fight through the soil to get to the top. Right? Soil isn't light. Soil is heavy when it's compacted and put on top of each other. So once that seedling starts to reach through, it has the strength to get to the light. And that's why you can't hark and grasp unto men who teach doctrines that conform to your liking instead of you conforming to Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Salaki. This is Isaiah chapter 29 and verse number 12. It says, and the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned. Wherefore the Lord saith, for as much as his people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. So these men, they withdraw the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushai from the ones who come to serve him, and they teach you what the Lord will do, instead of letting the Lord teach you what he'll do to you. Right? That's the Christian church. It's the church that your grandmother go to, your aunt go to, your mom, your uncle, your grandfather, sitting there every Sunday paying the pastor's bills, right? And they teach you that the Lord will come and pluck your beard, or the Lord might flick you on your leg, right? They teach you the precepts of men. They teach you to fear the Lord by their standards, and not the gospel of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the true God, who teaches you what will happen if you dismantle or depart, or let the false doctrine of soothsaying interrupt your thinking, interrupt the way that the Lord told you to fear him. So this is a clear and concise warning to Israel, right? Be fearful and walk in the ordinance of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, lest you be overthrown. Right, one last precept. Right, this is 1 John chapter 4 and verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. So try these spirits. Look these spirits in the eye and see if the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, or look these men, Salakia, not these spirits, look these men in the eye and try their words with the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and see if it be true. See if the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai be true, or if their speech is false and corrupt and do of destroy like Hymenaeus and Philetus. Right, with that, I say shalom.